Right, everybody, so today it's first boss time. We have been building this up for a while. We've been excited to finally get the first boss of the whole game decided. And I'm going to admit something, everybody. Right, first of all, let's go on the page. We're using this guy's battlers. He has a Patreon. This is his Patreon. I'm a Patreon to him, and he honestly just great. Got so many resources that will definitely, we won't be short. Let's put it that way. There's a lot, and this is who we've used for our enemy assets so far on the Everbloom Forest, and we're going to continue to use this person's assets for our battle. It's about our enemies and bosses and stuff. And I saw something really cool. I don't know if you guys who know RPG Maker and stuff, have you ever heard of something called Dragon Bones? It's a very unusual name. I like it though. But basically what Dragon Bones is, if you don't know, is animated battlers. And it's quite advanced. But it basically means that the enemy won't be just standing there. They will actually have proper detailed animations, and it adds so much. And I'm thinking for our bosses, that should be what we do, just so they stand out and they're epic compared to the normal mob kind of bosses that we have. So if we consistently use these awesome Dragon Bones type of, then they will it will make the bosses look really cool. And there's a lot I've got, and I was looking through them all. I was thinking, which ones will fit with our Everbloom Forest, and I had like a list of foresty themed ones that I was planning on putting up for the poll, and until one of them in particular caught my eye, and it was perfection. I saw it and I was like, oh, I think we should just have that one. That should be the boss. So I basically decided who I want as the boss already, but we're still gonna have a poll because we're gonna decide the colour and stuff and just those extra details. But I'll explain who it is in a sec, and why I love it so much. But thank you for that. It was going to make me crazy. Ha ha ha. I love Final Fantasy 14. I do too, Gretch. I'm not subbed at the moment, but usually I do when there's new content, and I love it. The music's so nice, and I just love the game. Okay, so should we get cracking? Shall I explain what is we're doing? I'd like to get the poll up within the first hour of stream, ideally, and we're going to have it up for at least a full day, so the peeps that perhaps couldn't come in the stream today can still get a chance to vote, and then we will officially close it first thing at the start of tomorrow's stream. And then at the start of tomorrow's stream, we'll have a chat about mechanics and potential skill ideas for this boss. But today it'll be more about the voting. Hi Van, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. So as you can see, like, this is just an example. This crocodile dude, it's the first one, the latest one that they've submitted. But it's really cool. It's animated and everything, and it's just so cool. It's so cool. And I think Dragon Bones is a thing in general in RPG Maker, and it took me like at least a day to get my head around it. I had to download this plugin and get everything all sorted, and so that did take a bit of extra time, and because of that I haven't done Elite or Juice's character sheet yet, so bear with me guys. I'm gonna get them up at the start this week, either today or tomorrow ideally. I'm going to work on them off stream. But this Dragon Bones business did take up most of Friday for me, or was it Saturday now? I can't remember, but it's totally worth it because we're going to have some really cool animated bosses now, and I'm glad that we're gonna go with this. So I was looking at all the animated Dragon Bones ones that this person has got for us, and right, I'm going to tell you who it is because I'm denying it here, but I'm excited. You guys might think I'm crazy because it's bonkers. This is a bonkers first boss idea, but This game is bonkers, right? And alright, I don't think it's that bonkers though. It's kind of ideal in my opinion, but some people might think it's bonkers. But you see this little dude here, this slime, this pink slime. Would you be shocked if I told you it was him? But I've kind of edited it a bit. So, right, here we go. So here's this slime. I saw this slime and I was like, holy crap, I want a slime. But there's a reason why I liked it so much, and it's because it's a painter. And there's something, because I've been thinking about chapter 1 part 3 and that story, because we're going to be doing that this week too. We're going to be carrying on with the next part of the story, and it just was the whole idea that he can paint. It fits really well narratively with an idea I have for the next part of the story, and I just thought, holy crap, this has to be the guy we have. But something wasn't quite right. Something wasn't quite right with him. He wasn't foresty themed enough for me. So what I did was this. I'm going to get Photoshop up. So you decide on about, well, I have, but we're still going to do a poll because we're going to vote on the colour of it. So that is going to be a cool, important decision, because I couldn't decide the colour. But this is the original. This is the like animated file for the slime, but I edited quite drastic. I edited it. I can't speak today. I edited it. Oh my goodness, I cannot say that word for some reason. I edited it quite drastically. So I've just put a grey background on so you can actually see it properly. I edited it and it now basically looks, it's a fruit now. It's a fruit basically. But that was, to me, that's perfect for the Everbloom Forest. But there's different colours. I was messing about with different colours. So it's a fruit painter instead of a slime painter. And I like it. And look, it's either a tomato, a plum, a blueberry, or an apple basically. Seriously, it was perfect. There's all these coloured themed fruits. Not pink, I don't want to be a cubby. Yeah, we don't actually have pink. It just felt like these were the ideal fruits. So I'm totally ready to put up a poll, everybody. Hope you're ready for this. I actually have 5 options for the poll, not 4. And you'll see what the 5th one is. I'll let that one be a surprise for now. I think it's pretty obvious that 4 of them are about each of the colours. But there's a 5th secret one. So, basically, I am going to show you how it looks in the battle system too. But as you can see, there's like this hammer and this giant hammer and sword, and he literally uses it. This little guy does. He like gets it out and everything, and he also paints. He has his palette and his brush in his hand, and he paints. And I think there's a lot of potential for some creative animations and skills with this boss. So I'm excited, and like I said, it really fits narratively. I'm going to actually open RPG Maker and show you a couple of little things I've done. So hide for a moment, internet. Right, so Ancient Overlook is where we're going to find the first boss, and I've just put the blue one here for now. I have done sprites of each of them, all 4. So those are the Everbloom. Here we go. So these are just them in each of the different colours, and I also have a silhouette version as well. And this is what they look like when they're like holding their brush and palette. But this is what they look like. That's all the facial expressions they've got. That bottom one there is when it gets hit, and that moody one is like when it has an attack. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And right, so here's the scene. Here's the RPG Maker scene. I've even got a painter's easel there, because obviously they're just a slime. Just a little, no, not a slime, sorry, he used to be a slime. He's a fruit now. He's a fruit that's painting. And because the Everbloom Forest is a very pretty place, who wouldn't paint at the top of this little overlook or whatever it's called? And story-wise, it was like, it's very, I'm not going to explain it yet because spoilers, but when we do the next part of the story, you'll understand why having a painter here was ideal. And as soon as I saw that there was actually a painter boss and it was as cute as it was, it felt like it was too good to be true to not go for it. And I'm not going to deny it, there are a ton of really good bosses, a ton of amazing forest theme bosses, like really cool ones. But you know, there's no reason why we can't use them as well in the future. Maybe there's another boss in the Everbloom Forest, an optional one, or even a non-optional one, who knows. Yeah, but there'll be lots of opportunities to make use of all these cool assets, and probably do more polls where there's more decisions with bosses, because this one is more specific. Because we have got the side boss and it's literally just deciding its colour, but I promise we will have more options in the future. This one just was too good for me to not do. Green looks good, but why is this guy a bad guy? Well, who knows? See, this is what the next part of the story is going to be. We're going to you guys are going to be involved, you'll enter your ideas for how it can work. I mean, we can talk about it now briefly, but don't get too attached, because it'll probably be mainly, well, either tomorrow or Wednesday's stream. I did say Wednesday, but I'm really tempted to have the next part of the story tomorrow instead, but we'll see how far we get today. But we just don't know until you guys submit your ideas why this guy's bad, even if he is bad. You know what I mean? There's a lot of questions, because the monster of the Everbloom Forest that Fran Bookington, or Fiona Bookington is it now, is said that Rose should be sacrificed to. They made it sound as if it was like this really horrible monster, but to me it's kind of funny and ironic that it's not. That it's just some cute little fruit, and it makes the people of the Everbloom Forest seem really paranoid. That they thought there was some monster there, but there totally isn't. So it's kind of a twist. But we'll see, because who knows, maybe this fruit is really dangerous. Maybe it is actually a horrible monster. It's a lot more fearsome than you might think, but whatever ends up winning the polls. Hi Fantasia, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. And hi Sam. I know everybody says it. I'm gonna go crazy because it's an everyday thing now, Sam. But I'm me. I don't look like anybody. I look like Rose Rainblood. Hi Manny, how you doing? It's good to see you. Trying to be incognito. How you doing, Manny? And all the new peeps coming in. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, so I've explained things. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. But we'll do test play, have a look at how this little fruit guy looks in battle once we've got the poll up. But let's get the poll up first, because we want to get it up as soon as possible in the stream. Fantasia, oh my goodness, thank you for the 26 months, guys. Can we have some hype in chat for Fantasia, please? I appreciate you, Fantasia, and so does Mark. You're playing a bit of Pokemon, grinding out. All sounds fun. What Pokemon have you got, Manny? Who's your favourite Pokemon in the new one? I'm not playing the new Pokemon, but I'm watching Rex play it, and I've got a couple of favourites. Yay, thank you for the hype. Okay, so so what I'm thinking of doing, this is how I did it for the Everbloom Forest enemies, and for consistency I'm probably going to do something similar with this when we get the image up. So I'm going to copy this image. Thank you, Sam, for the follow. I appreciate that. Hope you are doing awesomely, and welcome to the stream. And if you want to read more about our project, Sam, you totally can feel free to. So I'm going to just make it all blue. Right, so let's copy and paste our cute little fruits on this, but we might make it a little bit. We need to flatten it, I see. Might have to make it a bit smaller because we probably don't need all this space. But it looks quite different from how he originally looked. I mean, you can tell it's still that slime, but he doesn't have the hat on anymore. And he's got a little sprout on the top of his head instead. I think overall I just wanted the boss to be foresty themed. And although the original slime is adorable, it didn't fit so much with the themes, but this one does more, I think. And I was gonna like put a poll up with other options today, not just this little fruit guy, but I got quite attached, let's just say that. I got very attached to this one, and it's not like me. Because oh gosh, hang on, it's not like me to do that because this project is very more open than that. I'm not the sort of person who's like, okay, we're having this and that's it, guys. Most of the time I'm gonna have a poll that has more, like, you know, more options, but this I just got too attached. Sometimes it's gonna happen, but other times I'm not gonna be as like, I'm going to be a bit more unsure, and I'm going to be like, okay, guys, we're going to have a lot of bosses on this problem because I don't know which one to go for. A lot of the times it'll be like that too. Thank you, Rafferty, for that follow. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. You got giddy when you saw Growlithe, Manny? If you go with the green and the bad guy's an apple, then he could be evil because he fell from a tree and bumped his head. That's a really good story, Van. I like that. And have a think, sure, guys, if you're getting ideas come in your head from seeing these guys, totally think of a bit of lore if you want, but just don't get too attached because we don't know who's going to win yet. It all depends what's going to win the poll, but we will find out. We'll have the poll open for a whole day till tomorrow's stream, and then tomorrow we'll really be able to have a discussion about lore. But I'll be doing it a certain way. I'll let you guys actually enter submissions in an organised way, and we'll do votes via Discord. Some of you, if you're new here, you won't have known the system, but we've done it in the past with stories, and I'll show you like what some of them look like because I've took screenshots. But that way we'll get the most popular and loved option as the winner, and that'll be what we end up going with. These are all of them. We'll make it a bit smaller though, I think, because there's a lot of canvas space here. But I'm probably going to take this blue text so I can label them. So otherwise you won't know what to... The votes will be a bit... You know, people won't know what's what. I mean, it's straightforward that one's green, I guess. I mean, we could call it green, but we could also call it apple. We could name them after their fruits. What text should we use? I think this one is the one we used before. It's a bit big though. Let me catch up with chat because I am probably behind. Got invested in my D&D character I'm working on also. Was that a mug? Yes, it was a mug virtual. Awesome. Also, that's fabulous. So you play D&D. I play D&D too. And this project takes a lot of inspiration from D&D. We do a lot of story improvising and we create characters in this as well. Everybody can get their own character once they get to 500 raindrops in the stream. Yeah, Smog pops out when someone subs. He does. He pops up when anything hype happens on stream, like whether it's a sub, a donation, or a raid, or anything like that. It's cute, yay. Not gonna lie, these look so good. You create these as not from scratch. No, this is the original asset money. It's because I cannot physically create assets from scratch with this project. We'd be here for like 10-20 years. This is a big epic RPG, and it's more of a game design and writing project than an actual art project. If so, it's all about building a game and designing it more, and it's very helpful to have these assets already here. And we're very lucky that there's so many creatives on the internet with Patreons and others that actually give away their resources for free, because it makes things like this possible. Otherwise we would all have to do it from scratch, wouldn't we? But yeah, I'm a Patreon to 2 people who for this RPG Maker project, Yanfly and this guy that does the battle art, because there's a lot of resources and it's totally worth it, only for the $1 a month. Okay, so just got here. Can you give me a quick explanation on the game? Hi, Asugaro, if I said that correctly. Welcome. Elite has done the project command. Thank you, Elite. Elite's awesome. Elite lets everybody know and answers everybody's questions before I even see the chat most of the time. I appreciate that, Elite. Welcome to the stream, Azo. How do I vote? In the Discord? Yeah, we don't have the poll up yet, guys. I'm hoping to get it up before in the next 20-30 minutes, hopefully, because I want to get it up as early as possible so we can have as many votes as we possibly can. Because the earlier we get it up, the more chance we can get a lot of votes in. But there will be 5 options for this poll, not 4, surprisingly. So I bet you're all wondering what that 5th option is going to be. Put blue, it's blueberry. I mean, we could have, there was definitely more options for fruit, but I felt like these guys look like they're very squishy fruits, definitely like the round, smooth, squishy fruits, and so it was easy to think of berries. And apple's a bit more solid, but it still has like a sort of apple look to it for sure, so I feel it suited that. Whereas things like strawberry and raspberries, they're a bit more different in texture, so I probably wouldn't. I mean, originally he was going to be a strawberry, but I felt like he looked more like a tomato. So is everything aligned? I want to keep it all consistent, so I'm trying to go for the same visual style as we did for our enemy poll. And I think that's all good. So shall we? Crop. And when I put it in Discord, I usually actually don't have the background, but when I put it on Twitter, I have the background. Alright, I'm gonna just make sure it looks nice and tidy before we She's making Verb pictures now, yay! They're pretty powerful in all honesty, especially in Verb. I picked it more for story than metagaming, yay! I'm one who values story mainly over any other elements in games. Like, I would totally play a game with a good story over a good combat system. Can I say, my opinion, even if it's not something like, oh, it's cute. Yeah, sure, Sam. Yeah, I've already put a hard ban on Warforge at my table. 2 OP. Wouldn't be bothered if my DM wanted to put some more hard limits on character, but the race is sort of important to the children's backstory. Yeah, sounds exciting. I hope you're having fun doing that D&D. I'm not very experienced D&D player. I've only been playing it for like about half a year, a little bit more maybe, but it's loads of fun. But yeah, you don't have to say it's cute. Some people might think this is ugly. It's not everybody. Some people probably would think, hang on, I want a badass boss, not a stupid cute fruit. What's going on? This game is silly. Where's my fearsome beast to fight? But this is kind of, you know, the Raindrop Chronicles has a bit of a wacky humour, and the fact that it's a painter, just too perfect. I'm afraid it works narratively. I would like, even though there was some like really badass looking bosses, they wouldn't have fit with the story as well as this one. Love the pixel art, it's amazing how pixel art never loses its charm. I agree, Azo. I think it's very timeless, for sure. Although this is more, it's not this particular style of our battle we're going for isn't as much pixel art, but I feel like it's a really good artist, and he has a lot of assets. So even though it isn't the normal pixel art, I really like his style, and as long as we're consistent with it, I don't think it's too jarring. I think it's only jarring visually if say we go for like loads of different artists with the battle assets. And we feed Rose to it, right? Yeah, that's right. But it's nothing set in stone, Elite. We don't. There's a lot of options with how the story could go. Like Fiona Buckington has said, Rose has to be sacrificed, but we don't know if that's actually going to happen. It could go many ways. We could find out that these aren't monsters at all and Fiona Buckington's deluded. We could find out they actually are horrible monsters and want to eat Rose. You know, Rose could run off, or they could not want to eat Rose, or maybe they do eat Rose and we think Rose is dead. Like, there's so many endless possibilities of where the story could go at this point. But we are going to do the story section. I kind of want to do it tomorrow now, even though I said Wednesday, just because it feels like we can probably go for it tomorrow, and that'll be really fun. I'll show you how we organise it all and stuff. A ball with 2 dots, I don't see any cute. Well, you don't have to think it's cute. It doesn't have to be cute. It's cute's a very subjective thing. Thank you, Virtual, for the follow. I appreciate it. I mean, I think that Ditto is the cutest Pokemon. I also think this Mog is cute, but we have a friend in this stream, a very lovable community member, who thinks that Mog is really ugly. So it's just so subjective, isn't it? Sort of the frame Warforge is less standard. What's Warforge? I mean, just compare it to Variant Human. I'm just reading all your D&D banter, Elite and Virtual, and I'm like, okay, sounds cool. But I appreciate that follow, Virtual. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to just get rid of the background for when we pop it on Discord. I actually think I'm going to move them up a bit more and crop it. I mean, we don't even know what these guys are like. They have the potential to be either adorable or annoying as F. You know, who knows what they're going to be like. Who knows? We only know when we write the next part. You like Moogles? Yeah. I think when it comes to creatures, we can't please everybody, can we? I mean, I love Ditto is my favourite Pokemon, but I'm sure some people think Ditto is hideous. I mean, I don't get why, because he's adorable, but there's always beauty is in the eye of the beholder, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to save this image now. Hope you are ready for that poll, because it's coming. Okay, Discord, where are you? And if you're curious, guys, I'm gonna give you a link to this guy's Patreon if you want to have a look through all the assets he's got. There's hundreds. In the future dungeons, future bosses, we are going to be spoiled for choice for what to go for. There's some very beautiful ones. Some of the other ones I was tempted to go for are really, really stunning. I mean, this little guy is definitely one of the more simple ones, but it's first boss, isn't it? Okay, so Discord. Alright, so we put polls in here, the voting only polls, and this is how our last enemy voting poll looked. I literally just put the image in and I put the poll, and you guys vote with reactions for your fave, and then at the end of the 24 hours or however long of the poll up, and then we find out who the winner is. Simple, right? So I'm going to go for a similar thing with this, except instead of having letters, I want to do it by colour. So I'm probably actually not going to use the bot poll for this spot and do it more this way. Where I literally just type in the text box in Discord and add the reactions manually myself, and then like just put a description by what reaction is what. So I think that could be the easiest, just so it's more easy to understand. Okay, so let's upload the image first, and I don't think you guys will be able to. Yeah, you can read the messages, but you can't type in here. That's right. But I've got to make sure you can't add your own reactions either. Yeah. Okay, I think it's all good. So let's set this up. And we're definitely on time. It's before 4 p.m. So that was the goal, to get this poll up before 4. Before the o'clock. Okay. Why does it look distorted? I think the thing with Discord is that it does like reduce the image size, which is dookie, but so I'm not particularly keen on how it does that. It makes them look crappy. So I'm going to just squish them up a bit closer and hope that fixes the problem. Because it kind of, yeah, as soon as the image gets too wide, it distorts them. I mean, this might not do it, but we'll see. Discord is a silly billy. It's forcing me to refresh because it doesn't upload the image a second time for some reason, so you have to refresh. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. If you want to see them properly, you have to actually click on the image. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but they slightly makes it look a bit not as good quality as it looks at full. But you can click on them to see them better. Okay, now the poll. So I'm gonna not do the proper poll. I'm gonna do it by reactions instead. So I'm gonna do it the same as here. I'm going to add the reactions manually myself. So don't vote yet, guys. The message is going to literally be there in a minute or so, but I don't want you to vote yet because I've got to I want to put all the meanings of what the reactions mean. So I'm going to put a link to the bot on a link to the poll on the bot as well. Do you have that Rain Roseblood mug to show? Oh, the one on the Merc website? I don't know. I have the t-shirt though, but I don't have the mug. I usually wear the t-shirt on stream sometimes, but it's been a while actually. Wearing myself. Okay, so I'm going to add the reactions. So we got all the we don't have a green one. We'll use hearts instead then. Okay, so now I'm going to have to put what they mean. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but the one that's the confusing one is the rainbow. So let's get what they mean put in. So click to I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see what I'm putting in chat. Oh, you can't because the character's in the way if I do that. Never mind, you'll see it in a minute. The characters are in the way at the moment. Click green heart to vote for apple. Click blue heart to vote for blueberry. Click use it in stream, yeah. It's expensive to buy the Merc. I probably should though, because it'd tempt people to buy, but you know, I don't want to force anybody either. I'm not that kind of streamer. Nobody's ever forced to buy my Merc, but if you like it, then yeah, totally. Streamlabs is very good quality stuff. To vote for, hang on. How am I going to word this one? Right, I think that is fine, so let's just say actually put docs, I don't like how it goes on that line, but I have my Discord layout weird. I don't show the images. Okay, everybody, well that is it. I think that is all we need to have as our info. So I'm going to link this poll up now to our bot. So if I copy and paste that link and go to our commands, poll, here we go. So if you're already in the Discord, you'll be able to go right there to it now. But I want people to be able to go there easy as well. So we'll get it in a bot command. Oh, we have a vote. Thank you very much for the vote. I wonder what's going to come out on top. I figured we should put the fifth one as an option simply because it came to my head that they wouldn't hurt to just have the lot of them. I mean, that could... I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to sway anybody's opinions, but we'll see when the results come. We'll see what tops the poll at the start of tomorrow's stream. All 4 Rainbow Rages. Yeah, totally doable, isn't it? Can have all of them for sure. Okay, so let's get that poll command. Hopefully will be working now. Exclamation mark. Have we got a bit of a... it's a long link and that's why it's gone like that, but I'm gonna edit it a bit so it can all go on one line. A man who is retired and money for those? What do you mean? Money for what? If there was a lemon, there would be like 5 Super Sentai shows. Yeah. Jesus Christ. A lemon would have totally been great, but that would probably have, you know, been... Imagine having 5 of them. You know, you're tempting me to add a lemon now. Damn it. We'll see what happens. Whatever wins. If we end up getting that one win, then we'll talk tomorrow about if we could... Yeah. I'm not going to say anymore, because who knows. Maybe Plum will win. Who knows? But at the moment, it looks like people do like the idea of having them all. And if that one side does win, then in tomorrow's stream, I'm going to ask you guys if we should stick to 4 or add a 5th member to the crew, a lemon. But we'll just do a quick Twitch poll for that one. We'll see. Professor Plum indeed. For me, I personally cannot pick, because I think they're all really cute and awesome. So it was just, yeah, it's easy to just say, yeah, all of them. Blueberry is the cute, adorbs one. You think Blueberry's the cute one? Are you a fan of Blue Elite? Tomato looks like it would be a real piece of work, like, and really the asshole of the group. Can't believe I said that word. You're all shocked now, aren't you? Tomato is the edgy one. Like, oh, why does everyone think I'm veggie? Apple is the reluctant leader. You know, this is great, Ali. I want to... If we win, if we end up having all of them, we're going to develop them all and give them all their own little stereotype personality. And what you're saying sounds really, really cool. For them, it suits them. So, oh my goodness, it's actually really popular, that one is. I suppose it's true. How can you choose between them when you think about it? I couldn't pick. I was feeling sorry for you guys that you'd have to vote. So Lemon is the bitter jealous one. Oh my goodness. You know, we're likely going to add that 5th member. We'll see if people like Lemon. And if he's accepted into the crew, he can join. I mean, having 5 people in a battle, 5 enemies in a battle, isn't impossible, is it? You can have as many enemies in a troop as you want, right? Oh yeah, you can definitely have 5. I know that from when I did the bee and the flower battle. I'm wondering if there is a limit on how many enemies can be in a battle now. Actually, I haven't asked myself that question. I was racing to vote for Apple, but when I saw the rainbow choice, I was like, easy. Yeah, you were going to go for Mr. Apple then? Ah. Oh, somebody has gone for Mr. Apple. I'm not going to have a look at who's voted for what, because I don't want to show any of you up or anything on stream. I'll keep that all a secret for you guys. You can have up to 8 enemy actors in a base game with no plugins. Fabulous. Fabulous. And I'm not allowed to vote, guys, because I had to put the reactions up for all of them. So, because if I click that now, it'll actually have 1 less. Gretch, welcome to the Discord. I'm going to say welcome. Because I'm super friendly and stuff. So the command does, I'm going to double check, that does go straight there to the poll, doesn't it, I hope? If someone could try that out, that'd be fabulous, because I want to make sure it's working. That is where we hang out off stream, because I know it works for me, but I'm actually curious if it works for people who aren't in the Discord or don't have it open. But I think if you're not in the Discord, it will force you to join first, I think. But I'm hoping that as long as you're in there, that link will take you straight to the poll. I'm fascinated about learning how to use RPG Maker, and your accent is adorable. To boot, thank you, Gretch. That's lovely. Thank you very much for the kind words. And that's awesome that you want to start learning RPG Maker. So if you do start doing anything in there, Gretchen, totally feel free to pop your work in the Creative Work channel for sure. We'd love to see. But I'm going to keep this up, everybody. I'm probably going to have this in the background for most of the stream while I ramble on. But I'm going to have a look into a few things. I'm going to show off how these guys work in battle, so you can actually see the animations and stuff. What else could we do today? We could put up a tweet as well, just so peeps that aren't in stream can see it. Because I don't usually put up tweets while I'm live, but I want to make sure everybody that doesn't know about the vote today gets the chance to vote. Totally should start playing RPG Maker. It's super fun. Yeah, Elite's doing an RPG as well. Elite, how far are you through your game? Or tweet everyone in the Discord. Yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll put up the tweet, and what I usually do once the tweet is up is I post in news and updates in the Discord here with a link to the tweet, and I'll probably link the tweet and put here or something at here, or everyone, one or the other. Some people won't be online, and if I put here and then they'll miss it. Welcome, Sam, to the Discord. It's good to have you here. Hi, Gio. Welcome. How are you today? I'm nearly done with the second world. The characters and player skills are designed for the most part and almost ready to put out a new play testable package. Oh, that's awesome. Do you know how many worlds you're going to have, Elite? Okay, so voting only polls, it's all here. Ooh, we still got a long time until this poll gets closed. What I am going to do is I'm going to also make a note of when the poll closes. I think that will be handy, just so everybody knows. So poll closes Tuesday. What's the date tomorrow? Tuesday the 26th of November, isn't it? So let's poll closes and what time does that? I'll say yeah, I'll say 3 PM because usually my starting soon screen is finished then, and it'll be a good time to say, okay, you got your last chance to vote. So 3 PM. No, it's not BST, it's GMT now, isn't it? And what time would that be for the rest of you all? Let's have a look to remind myself. So it's CST and PST. CST is 6 hours behind, and it's 8 for PST, isn't it? Oh no, it's got rid of it. Oh, no. There'll be a total of 8 and then an 8. That sounds awesome. Is it a big game, Elite? How much hours would you say it would take to complete the game? And that would be 9 AM CST, wouldn't it? And 7 a.m. PST. So yeah, I'm gonna actually put that. Get it all formatted good. I'll bold the title. Actually, I don't like that in italics. We'll keep it normal. Makes it look funny. Ooh, so funnily enough, not everybody is voting for all. That was me thinking everybody would be going for all. But we might not even, you know, it might just be one at this rate. We'll say. We're still winning though. So a lot can happen in the next 24 hours. I'm going to actually hide the Discord a sec so I can see who was voted. My mouse is laggy. But yeah, totally vote for what you want, guys. Don't feel peer pressured or to go for a certain one. If you think one seems more popular, just literally go for what you honestly like the most. And yeah. It's a straight shot though, no open world or inns or anything, about 1 to 2 hours per world. So maybe 10 to 16. Ah, so that's okay then. It's not too massive. Sounds really fun. Are all the worlds totally different from each other? I'm asking all the questions now. Okay, so I'm tempted to get this poll advertised on Twitter now, on the Raindrop Chronicles Twitter. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at how I've done polls in the past, because it's been a while. I'm going to remind myself. And if you want to follow us on the Twitter, we've got a command here. So I usually just say poll with the question and a link. But I think I'm gonna actually do a live tweet, actually. And just say we're doing a poll in the live tweet. A bit like how I've done here. I also actually want to... Oh my goodness me, I heard a noise. Tetsu! Thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate the support. Can we have some hype for Tetsu chat? I appreciate that. It's really insane to think that there's peeps that have been subbed to me for so long. I appreciate the hell out of you. And I hope you're doing well, Tetsu. And no worries at all. No worries at all. I want it to be a game people can play in a weekend. The worlds are pretty diverse, yeah. Hall of Trials, the Redwood, Magic Tower, Dark Dimension, Wastelands and Future Past, Nuclear Bunker, and one more. Oh, fabulous. That's really cool, and I definitely think, I mean, Raindrop Chronicles, I'm planning for it to be, well, it's episodic, isn't it? So, yeah, I suppose it's, when it's in segments like that, it's not too overwhelming, but if it was all one big game, it would probably be quite long. But it's hard to judge at the moment how long Raindrop Chronicles is going to be, even episode 1's length at this time. We'll see. Oh my goodness, everybody. This is a really interesting poll. It seems we've got a lot of split opinions here. I like it though. It makes it exciting, not knowing what the answer is until it actually gets closed. Hi, Pooh. I'm literally just, I'm enjoying just staring at this to see the votes come in. I'm gonna do the poll command again. Oh yeah, I do want to put up a tweet, but part of me, I don't know what to say, because I do want to tag the creator as well and say that we turned his dream slime into a fruit. Let's have a look at his Twitter. I always forget how to say the name. Here we go. When did he do the dream? Oh my goodness, yeah, he retweeted me. Yes, Stumpy. I was like, why is Stumpy there? And then I just remembered. It's like, Stumpy's there. Good old Stumpy. Hi Doc, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you. We got a poll, Doc, so if you want to have a vote, totally feel free to. Hope you've had a good weekend. Very, very split decisions at the moment. Nothing set in stone at all for who's going to be winning at this stage. I'm looking for the dream slime because I'd like to actually quote the tweet if it's there. But when was it the dream slime create? Because it might not even be recent. There's no date on here. Ooh, here it is. July. So yeah, this is the guy we're using, but we've turned him into a fruit. Well, there's a few of them, not just one. So you're free. Feel free to vote favourite, but if you don't have a favourite, or if you actually think you might like to see them all in the fight, in battle, then totally, you've got that as a fifth option. So no peer pressure either, vote for whatever you like and what one you like the most. Gotta go with plum. Purple's your fave colour, is it? I think they're all the dubs. They're all good, yeah. Thank you, Van. Been having a blast learning VX. RPG Maker VX8s. Fabulous. Feel free to tell us what you've been doing in it. And the good thing about this, guys, assets, you don't just have to use them in RPG Maker. You can use them in Game Maker and Unity and Godot. Is that how you say it? You can use them in a few. Maybe he changes colours with attacks. Yeah, there's a lot of room for creativity. Obviously, depending on whether we have all of them or whether we just have one, the battle will be different. The story would be different too. Well, you know what I mean. The plan would be, if we went for all of them, they'd all have their own little personality. Elite was saying that the apple would be the reluctant leader, blueberry would be the sweetheart, tomato would be the edgy one, and plum would be the what was plum? Well, I can't remember what plum was now, but they'd all have their own little personality. And obviously the battle would differ, like skills, if all of them, they will all probably have their own unique colour-based skill. There's a lot of room for us to be creative when we think of how the battle could work. It could even be a sort of puzzle, who knows. Whereas if we only fight one, we probably have to go for a more generic sort of thing. Well, not generic, but you know, it's, yeah, I guess we'll have to think. We'll have to see who wins, because at the moment all is winning, but we've still got a long time left. The poll hasn't even been open in an hour yet. Things could change very drastically at this point. Learned how to do fishing, mining and wood chopping. Oh, that's where it sounds really fun. Use a painter so multicoloured would be good. Yeah, if we say one wins it, like either one of them stands out and ends up being the winner, then he'd just paint with all colours probably. But if a few of them win, they'd have their own colour based on what colour they are. But it's really cool because you can we can be really creative with it. I'm going to actually open RPG Maker now and show you all how he looks in battle. So let's just open up the database and remind ourselves about the setup. So that isn't a blueberry, it's an apple. So I did a test with 2 of them there because I wanted to make sure it worked okay, because the setup's very different with the dragon bones enemies, and I wanted to make sure there was no weird bugs or anything. So there's a lot of setup. And I put some template skills in here as well. I've just called them skill 1, 2, 3 and 4 for now, and these are the action sequences for them. A notepad file came with the download telling you what you have to put in these note tags to get the different animations working, and some of them are would probably need to be changed slightly, just the timing of them, because he gets his sword and hammer out at a bit of a strange time in the current one, but we can always edit it to our liking when we start doing it. Professor Plum. Oh, he's the smart one. I see they've all got a personality. And it's made me attached to having them all in. I'm not going to deny that now. But I'll go with whatever wins the poll. I can't be biased. Could also be a murderer. Wow, they're all murderers, aren't they? But who knows? They could have just been innocent bystanders rudely interrupted by the party and they're just defending themselves. Could it be a massive lie about this monster in the Everbloom Forest? Or who knows, maybe there is a monster in the Everbloom Forest but we haven't met it yet. Maybe it's hiding and these are just, you know, minding their own business. Who knows? I'm going to leave it very open because I want to let you guys decide tomorrow when we do the next part of the story, or Wednesday, whenever it is we do it. But I'm more inclined to do it tomorrow, just because I feel like we won't be able to fully start the mechanics and skills of this boss until we've got the story more of an idea and talked about a bit, because some of the mechanic ideas might come from how they are in the story. We could like connect the lore and who they are with their skills, or yeah, if there's just one, yeah. But we'll yeah, so I might move that for tomorrow, and then Wednesday's stream will be the skill discussion and mechanics and all that. Well, those trees, are they a custom tile set? They're by Maru. When I get the website up and running, I'm going to put all the credit. I'm going to have a credit section on the website saying who's done what, so everybody knows. But they're very pretty trees for sure, I agree. So, okay, so yeah, it's all working and we have our little friend here. This is the blueberry though, but I have done the different versions as well, the apples there. So I could actually, we'll put them all around. We'll put them all there actually, and we'll see how they look when they're all together. I think the positioning is a bit off, so I'm gonna have to, yeah, they look a bit like they're a pixel too high, but no worries for now. So I've actually put the starting point there because I tested what they looked like. So we'll see, we'll just have a little peep at them, how they look, and then we'll look at them in the battle system. Also, I'll be banning anybody that comes in with negative comments, because I'm very much enjoying what I'm doing here, and even in joke, I don't appreciate that. I'll just let you know. I don't want to hear that. I don't want anyone making me feel bad about something I'm enjoying. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new game so we can have a look. I want to see those fruits bobbing. TY for keeping it positive, Rose. Yeah, I'm very, very passionate and determined to build a really lovely community of people, and I want everybody here who hangs out to get as much pleasure and enjoyment from this as I am. And if you don't like it, this isn't the place for you. And even if somebody's been in the stream a while and they start acting up and being a bit negative, I'm gonna keep an eye out on those people. There are a few people I'm actually like that about. I'm not gonna say who, but I just want everybody to be nice, please. But nobody here, like Elite, you're great, Neffel. But yeah, don't get thinking I'm nice, guys, because I'm not. I can be very, very strict when I need to be. Hi Pavi, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I would enjoy to see you rage. That's me raging when I just banned. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe Serdun's a lovely person, but I'm following my gut instinct here, and coming into the stream for the first time ever, I don't know who you are, and you're being negative. Doesn't matter how nice you are, I'm not gonna like it and want you here. You don't deserve to feel bad, you're amazing at this. Thank you, Gretch. And sometimes people want to like hide mean nasty comments with emotes, like a sticking out tongue face or a kappa, to make what they said not sound as offensive or mean, but it doesn't make a difference if you've got a tongue face or a kappa there. If it's mean, it's mean. Haters gonna hate. I hope you're doing good there, Pavi. I hope you're having a good day. Sorry I get edgy sometimes. I could just be very blunt and sometimes forget to think of things from others' perspective. It's something I'm always working on. Elite, you're an example of somebody I would love to have everybody be like Elite. Like you give good ideas, you're very helpful in stream, you do commands, you have a positive attitude, and you're a really good contributor to the stream, so I appreciate you. You're all lovely, all of you. Takes no prisoners, just be bad, you're out of the door. To be honest, many streamers could take a leaf out of that book. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 years now, and I don't have the patience anymore. Like when I first started, I probably would have not banned many people who might say things like that, and I might just laugh it off. But after a couple of years of being a streamer, I think you just don't have the patience anymore, and it's not even if it gives you one more viewer, I don't care. I really don't care. I'd rather have less viewers that were lovely than loads of viewers that were not. You decide what you want or not. Yeah, exactly. No meanness allowed in here. Yeah, like the rules are there. The rules come up as soon as somebody types, and I'm pretty sure one of them says we're kind, and we're kind here, and we don't have any internet bullies or any of that. So they're there because, you know, we're serious about that. We don't just put that as a joke or to not take serious. They really need to see these fruits. I'm on the edge of the seat. Yeah, I mean, these are just, they're not animated or anything at the moment, but the reason why, oh hang on, why have we got into battle yet? We've not even got Jesus with us. We're invisible. Hang on, everybody, this is what's going on right now. We're in battle and we're invisible. We ran off, and it's because I've started the game at this point just to look at the signs, but they're very basic at the moment. They're not animated or anything, and the reason why I haven't gone all out yet is because we don't know which slime we're going to go for yet. I'm not going to get attached to having all of them with us in case only one of them ends up winning the poll. So as soon as we know who the boss is, that's when I'm going to get more attached to any ideas about them. I mean, I love Elite's ideas for giving them all personalities, for sure. But we'll see who wins the poll. These are the standard sprites that came with the to support the battler, and I made a little edit. I put the little sprout on the head and changed the colour of them, but there isn't an animation for them or anything. But I'm sure there's like a lot of slimy, kind of fruity kind of looking sprites that do animate, so we can always look for those if we want to make them cuter and more fancy, because they're not really that hard to edit. Something like that, it's just got a cute little face and yeah. I want to see him moving. For sure, I agree, Doc. I think they'd look even cuter if they did that. I love these types of mobs in game. I think jellies are my favourite type of mob in RPGs. Yeah, they are. They're originally slimes, and I suppose they're more like fruits now because of me adding the sprout on them just made them look like fruits. So, but slimes, fruits, jellies, they're all the same, aren't they, really? They're all soft and squishy. Did something happen while I was AFK? Yeah, we banned someone, Van. Oh my gosh, you have a map as well? That must have been tricky. Oh, you mean this? That we're invisible. It's a ghost. We're walking and we're a ghost. And we'll hopefully have a custom loading screen as well. I do think there is a plugin that allows you to do that. So before episode 1's release, for sure, we'll do something cool. But as you did see the slimes ending, you saw the little sprites. So that's just a basic idea of how they look, and that's their little easel that's in the centre. And there's going to be a little cute cutscene there, obviously before the battle starts. Well, it might not be a cute cutscene. You know, these slimes, I mean, these fruits could be more fearsome than they look, but we don't know. Like I said, I'm going to let you guys have the freedom to suggest ideas for that, and we'll do votes on it and stuff. They look very cool. Let's go back to the poll, because there's new peeps, and I want you all to know about the poll we've got up. So, where are we? I've lost the Discord. Here we go. So I'm gonna give you guys the command again to get your votes in. Oh, we got another vote in. Today I'm mainly gonna be hyping up this poll. This stream's gonna just be rambling on about these bosses, and we can briefly talk about ideas. Like if anybody here wants to talk about potential skills that they could have in battle, something creative that would work, puzzly, anything like that makes the boss unique. Or anything that pops in your head at all about these little guys, then feel free to talk about in chat. But we will expand on it tomorrow for sure when we know who has definitely won the poll. But it's nice to just like entertain some ideas for now as well, for sure. Hoping the rainbow wins, yeah. Hold that one is left, or they've had a change of heart. I mean, they might have just seriously been doing it for a joke, but I'm just gonna follow my instinct, you know, and I do not want to have to constantly explain myself and why I'm doing this project. If people don't latch on or don't like it, I don't have to say, oh, but I want to do it because it's, why should I? This is my channel. And if I have to explain myself to a viewer for why I'm doing something I love, then no, I'd rather not. So I'd rather them be gone. So I vote multicolour, but I am not sure I can get on Discord before the vote closes. Well, it's open for 24 hours. I've got the poll closing time here, so hopefully there's no rush at all. If you can't vote while I'm streaming, no pressure. But hopefully at some point before today, and well, the start of tomorrow's stream, you'll get a chance. Change my vote to all schnoz or anything. Yeah, no peer pressure, anyone. If anybody likes a certain one, don't feel like you have to go with the popular vote. You totally go for what you want to go for. So I don't want to peer pressure anybody either. So yeah, totally. Superfruit friends, apple the reluctant leader, blueberry the cute one, tomato the edgy emo, speculated professor, and lemon the bittersweet. Yeah, Elite has come up with all these personalities from, and I'm a big fan. And I think hearing this has made some people be like, yeah, we want them all. And I think that's why it's winning, because we kind of want to go with all this cute little gang of fruits who have their own little personality. I mean, just imagine how the cutscene's gonna go. It's gonna be absolutely crazy potentially. A conversation with these guys and Carol the Barrel, Rose, and the custom hero. It's gonna be bonkers. Entertain myself with ideas. Yeah, I think blueberry definitely is the sweet little innocent cinnamon roll. Tomato is the angry edgy one, and Elite even wants a lemon added, and I'm gonna make that a poll tomorrow. Well, it all depends whether it wins, of course, but because it's currently winning, I'm talking like it is gonna win. But we will always consider adding that 5th member tomorrow if people like the idea of that. I have a plum. I might draw some glasses on it. Stop talking up your superfruit friends. Don't want to appear. No worries, Elite. Like I said, we can entertain ideas, and at the same time, it's fine to talk about what you like and what you want to vote for. But at the same time, it's good to keep it open as well. But I don't have a problem with you mentioning all of them and saying that you like the all option at all. No worries at all. No worries at all there. It's fun, and I like that one too. I'm not gonna lie. And hi Rex, how are you doing? First impressions are important. Whether they were joking or not, you don't say hello by saying something rude. It's like if you met someone for the first time ever, and instead of saying hello, you said, that shirt makes you look stupid, with a tongue face. Yeah, it's just inappropriate, weird, not all how you should be interacting with people. And exactly, like, just imagine if the tongue face wasn't there. It'd be awful. You think, that's what I really mean. But the tongue face, it kind of softens the comment, doesn't it? But still, that is not acceptable. People add the tongue face because they know that it does that, and that's how they get away with the mean comments on the internet. So when I read comments, I tend to pretend there's no emotes there, because I'm not going to be I mean, some channels ban the Kappa emote. I've heard of some that actually ban Kappa because it can be used to do those things. But I agree, Rex, for sure. And I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day, Rex, and your sleep was good. Yellow would complete the rainbow. Yeah. I must admit, I did consider putting yellow there. I thought about putting pink there, but I could not think of a good pink fruit. Raspberry was the only one, but the texture of raspberry doesn't suit the little squidgy circle, so I cut the pink. But lemon could totally, a yellow one could totally look like a lemon for sure. And I think we kind of liking the idea of having them all, because they would all specialise in their one colour and paint. They would all like take it in turns to paint their colour, and that's quite cute, for sure. Oh, they're sweethearts, aren't they? Some people might not think they are, but I think they are. If you like Stumpy and Carol the Barrel, you'll probably like these guys. Well, if only one wins, he can still have a colour change skill that will switch up his colour to access different skills, but the on-screen sprite during cutscenes and most of the battles would be the colour that wins. That's an interesting way to think about it as well, Rex. If one wins, having them change colour, that's possible too. But I think it was appealing. I suppose having their own personalities and that. But that's a cool idea. Or could be orange if we don't want Bittery Lemon Guy. Orange would just be average Joe. That's true too. Although the tomato kind of looks more orange than red, sort of. I mean, it's red, but there's a bit of orange to it too. So maybe an orange one would be too close to tomato. So I'm thinking lemon, just because yellow is the one colour that we're probably missing that would look quite distinctive. Peaches are kind of pink. Peaches are like orangey pink, aren't they? I did think of peach too, but again, it was quite close to tomato. Will the fruits have their own language? I think Flooby Floob kind of language would suit them well. We should definitely discuss things like this tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow, when Woods we 100% knows one, because at the moment, looking at the poll, we thought that Rainbow was running away with it, but it's actually not. Another one is only one vote behind, so don't get too attached. I'm going to just say now, if all don't win, we're going to have to just accept that, even though a lot of us like the idea. You know, we'll have to mourn our vote and let the real winner win, but we'll say we're still one ahead. So we can talk about little ideas, but we'll finalise them properly tomorrow in tomorrow's stream. The suspense is killing me. I know this is the next 24 hours until the start of tomorrow's stream. We're all gonna be really nervous. I know I feel nervous anyway. I'm gonna be staring at that poll like that. I'm gonna be really staring at it for those votes to come in. Welcome back, Lude Melon. Welcome back. The colour change idea is really cool. Since she's got a paintbrush, the colour change skill seems really natural. Yeah, so there's always that option for sure. And because mechanically things are going to be a lot different in the battle if there's one compared to if there's 4 or 5 of them. Things will just be pretty different. So who knows how it's going to go. Who knows. Rainbow will step aside in honour if Apple wins. Yeah, and Apple does seem like the most popular, out of the group, and that's why he's the leader. The Apple will be the leader of the gang, for sure. Say if all wins, if all of them win, and whoever was runner-up will be the deserved leader. And at the moment, it's definitely looking to be Apple, judging by how it's going. Always more chances for a Super Sentai team. What are they painting though, or is that a secret or yet to be decided? Well, Doc, that's a very good question. It's yet to be decided because there's a few ideas I've got that I'm going to reveal tomorrow when I write the start of the next part of the story. There's a couple of things that are definitely 100% going to happen. But there's also some other things that are up to you guys to decide. And you won't find that out until tomorrow's stream. So I'm excited. There's a lot of... tomorrow's stream will be a lot of chances to be really creative with the storytelling and and some lore even. I'm excited. But it ties in very nicely with the next part of the story, narratively. So I was very, very pleased to see a painter enemy. As soon as because I was scrolling through them Friday night, I was like, we're going to have some really cool foresty themed bosses. And I was planning on getting a big list of them for you guys to vote for. And then I saw the slime with the paintbrush and the palette, and I thought, my goodness, that's perfect for what's going to happen next. How can we not have these guys? And I was like, but that if I go for this, then the chat can't vote if I decide who the boss is going to be. And I thought, well, we can just decide the colours, I suppose. That's like better than me just picking the boss and not letting you guys have any choice at all. So that's how it all went. So I bet you're wondering how on earth this will tie into the story. But I'll give you a clue. It's related to Rose. It's also related to Carol the Barrel as well. It's kind of something to do with both of them. So you'll see. And I have to summarise it all in a short paragraph tomorrow when I write the next part of the story. But over the next few weeks before the new year, we'll be working on the cutscene and dialogue for it and stuff, and that'll be really fun. I can see us starting the side quest and item stuff more in the new year, because we were like entertaining the idea of some side quests, and a stumpy one in particular, a stumpy side quest. But things like that we'll be focusing on more in the new year. Will really flesh out the Everbloom Forest and the NPCs living in Lakefall. We'll think about the items that will be sold in the shops and what items can be lying around in the forest and loot from battles that we get. We can even start considering the crafting system as well. This will all be stuff we do in January, very early new year. Whereas I'd say that the rest of this month and next month before Christmas will be more about getting the boss mechanics sorted, obviously getting all those decided and working, getting the boss battle really awesome, working on the cutscene before that boss, how it all ties in together, making it really humorous or funny or however it's going to go, we don't know yet. And also there's going to be a little bit of a cutscene as well before the boss at one point too. So there'll be a lot of cutscene dialogues and mechanics for the first boss, and maybe just doing a few little bits and bobs as well, like fixing a few little things we haven't yet done. Also, another thing, the website as well. I'd really love to get the website up and running. I'm not sure whether it's going to be possible to get it up and running by the end of the year now. It might have to be the start of next year, but if we set some time aside for the website next month, maybe we can get it up sooner. So we'll see. We'll see how things go with the streams, because I'm just going to let you all know now. I'm having 2 weeks off over Christmas. The 20th of December, is it that week? Let me look. Let me just look at the calendar. The 20th of December is a Friday, and I don't stream that day anyway, so it'll be from the 23rd of December. And then I'll be back 2 weeks after that, the 6th of January. So yeah, I have all of Christmas week off and the New Year week off as well, because Rex is coming to visit and I won't be working on the game or streaming those 2 weeks. But a lot of you guys will be off doing your stuff over that time probably as well. But I'm just letting you all know now so you don't think I'm streaming over Christmas, just so you know. So the last stream of the year will be the 19th of December, Thursday the 19th of December. And then I will be back again on the 6th of January. But I'll be putting up an announcement and in the Discord about that, so you all know. So we still have, how long have we got? How many weeks of streaming? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We got 4 weeks of streaming, and I think we've got an opportunity to get quite a bit done in that time. Definitely all the bit about with the first boss, all the cutscenes up to it, and just tidying lots of things up, working on website maybe, and then really expanding on the side quests and that in the new year for sure. And I think we'd probably do that for a couple of months, I'd say, all the side quest stuff and the items, and maybe there's that cave dungeon as well. If you don't know, some of you might not know, but we have a cave here. The 4th map of the Everbloom Forest. So there's an opportunity for a dungeon there. Whether it's going to be a main quest dungeon or a side quest dungeon, we don't know. I'm assuming a main quest one. And that's not because I don't like side quest dungeons. I think that'll be cool, but I think at this stage in the game, I think having it as an actual main dungeon would be ideal, because we could, if that's missable, people could get angry. What's your opinion, chat, on side quest stuff, like very major side quest stuff, like secret bosses and all these dungeons? Would you get mad if like you missed that and you didn't realise, like if something was missable that was like a whole dungeon and with a boss in it? Because some people might think, how come I missed that? Whereas other people might actually like that there's optional stuff. I'm intrigued. Anyway, let's catch up with chat. And I'm going to get Discord up while I talk to chat as well, because I want everybody to see this poll. And I'm going to zoom in so you all know. Right, so have we got everything in? We have. Everything fits perfectly. Well, sort of. There we go. It's a great mechanic story element. I've never seen anything like this before in an RPG. What, like painter enemies? It's one of those quests that sticks with you in a game. Yeah, I am in agreement. I think this is very unique, and that's why I got attached to the little, when I saw them. When I saw the assets, I was like, this could be really cool, and it fits narratively, and it's a super cool, memorable battle too, or it has the potential to be at least, and I like it. It's also very charming in my opinion. It's not like what you'd expect. The fact that it's not some big badass demon or huge deadly flower lady or anything that's very typical of what you'd think the first boss to be. It like twists it on its head, especially because there's been this build up from the NPC, Fiona. She was like, I want you to sacrifice Rose to the monster of the Everbloom Forest. The player's been prepared to see a monster, but they're not going to see a monster. They're going to just see this. So I think that's quite, I like that. Have you ever seen Google Sites? It's a little basic, but you can create pretty decent sites for free. Oh, I've gone all the way, Doc. I've got a Raindrop RPG.com domain, and it's a WordPress site, hosted site. So it's going to be super fancy. Like, it's gonna, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a super fancy website. It is, and it's not gonna be done in 5 minutes, that's for sure. That's why I've not been telling you guys much about the website, because there's still a lot to do with it. I think some people thought I might get it up and running in one weekend, but that's not gonna happen. We gotta make it look pretty and awesome and really cool. Who's Rex? I don't know anyone called Rex. Do you guys know anyone called Rex? It's the cave with the legendary Black of the Beast. Yeah. I'm really excited at the cave dungeon, but I think it's pretty clear that that's going to be our second dungeon. And I think we could potentially work on the cave dungeon and the side quests of Lakefall and Everbloom Forest at the same time, maybe. Or do them quite close to each other as well, at least. Master Emerald, thank you for that raid. I appreciate that. How are you doing? How was your stream, everybody? I hope you had a really good one. I'm a completionist, so I don't mind if I can come back to things, but I'm notorious for restarted if you miss something. Yeah, and it's interesting because with the UI, I'm gonna give you guys the option to either hide the mini map and the icons and the quest markers and that, or I'm gonna give you the option to have them visible. So some people actually really don't like quest markers and maps, which I do. I'm a massive nerd for that sort of thing. I love my mini maps, I love my quest markers because I am a completionist and I like to make sure I've got them all. I like to get every single one and know I haven't missed anything, but a lot of the more like serious old school RPG type of fans like prefer not having that because they want to feel they've found something themselves and feel more realism in it as well. If it's a game I will play multiple playthroughs, I don't mind hidden stuff so much because successive playthroughs add more to the game. Yeah, that's very true as well. The monster is just something these guys paint to scare and confuse people to keep outsiders at bay. Who knows? Yeah, it'd be really fun to know what these guys actually do paint and I mean, we can really do some creative stuff with the skills, guys, in battle because I'm gonna actually show you that now. I'm gonna show you how a battle works with them, and you can actually see the skills and animations. But I got really excited looking at the animations because I was like, wow, we could really do whatever we want as a painting in this battle. We can make an animation that's a painting, and that's really cool and interesting. Hey Rose, how are you? I'm doing good, Master Emerald. So what was Master Emerald doing today? Let's see. Oh, were you doing game dev? How's it going? How's that game dev going? Is your nano going good as well? And everybody who's just come in, anybody from Master Emerald stream, we have a poll going on at the moment, and if you want to take part, you will have to join the Discord. But it's a super fun poll. We've decided these little cute fruit guys that are also painters are going to be our first boss. But it's up to you whether we go for all of them and have a group of them in battle, or whether we just go for one and have your favourite colour as a boss. It's up to you. You get the choice, and whatever tops the poll will be what we end up going with. And it's open until the start of tomorrow's stream. So it definitely seems like apple is everybody's favourite. Nobody likes the poor tomato, bless him. Or you Americans pronounce it tomato, don't you? Us in England, we say tomato, which I personally think is really strange because there's no R in tomato. So it actually should be tomato, I think. But I see that we got another vote in, I say. Pretty good. Started making a visual novel while I practice 3D for the other games some more. Oh, that sounds fun. I'd love to see it, Master Emerald. If you wanna show it off on the Creative Work channel, feel free to. I'm also a bit behind with the Discord. I actually was offline for a whole day over the weekend, and I found it really, really good actually to just be away from the internet for one day. And I came back and I saw there was a load of stuff in the Discord, and I was like, oh, and I had to catch up with everything. But I'm glad that people are posting stuff. That makes me happy. I like seeing my Discord active, and I have to respond to Zexion. Zexion was talking about some crafting ideas, and I actually was in the middle of typing it, and I haven't even pressed enter yet, because you know why that is? Streamlabs OBS crashed my computer while I was in the middle of typing it, so I had to restart, and it's still in the box. I will respond to that probably after stream. Well, he really is a tomato with a palette and a brush. I wonder why nobody likes him. It's because he looks really angry, doesn't he? He looks like the mean one of the group. Nothing to show yet, all characters in conversation, tree planning at the moment. Yeah, I can imagine. It takes a while to actually have something to show, doesn't it? I feel like it's like that with Raindrop Chronicles as well. I'd love to like do more videos showing off parts of the game, but it's not really at a state yet to be doing that, but I definitely do intend to when we get a bit closer to episode 1's release. Probably get a few little short videos out showing some things off. But as for episode 1's release, I will definitely be releasing it later if I feel we need to put more into it, but it's hard to decide that yet. It probably won't be until the spring when we get more of an idea of when that release date's going to be. But I want it to be really good. It'll be the first official game I've released, even though it's an episode, not a full game, it's an episode. It'll still be like the first thing I've released. So I want to make sure it's awesome and really good. And whenever it's going to be in 2020 when it comes out, whether it's earlier on or later, it'll all depend on how it all goes and whenever it's in a good state to release. I've read the same thing again. Okay, so there we go, we got a poll. So this poll is open for a while longer. So if you can't vote yet, if you can't get on Discord yet or something because you're at work, don't panic. You've got until the start of tomorrow's stream to get your vote in. But I will be posting a tweet. We've got I might actually quote this particular tweet, but we'll see. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to write in the tweet yet, so I'm probably going to do it off stream. And once I've done the tweet, I'll probably announce in here that there is a poll, just so people know. I'm getting a hungry one as well now, so I'll probably get myself some almond or soya milk in a minute to just fill up my tum-tums. And time is going by really fast again. But I'm going to do a test play when I'm back. I'm going to get my milk now, and when I'm back I'm going to show you how these little fruit guys look in the battle system and what their animations are. So he's super cute. He's super cute because he's animated and stuff. He's got different facial expressions, and that's we're only going to do that with the bosses. We'll make the bosses the really animated ones, whereas the standard mob enemies in dungeons will just be the static ones. I think that'll be a good way to make the bosses look more epic and stand out. So I'll be back very shortly. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, chat while I'm gone, and I won't be long. Hello, I am back. I've got my usual snack. Feeling my hungry tummy. Hope you're doing good. Right, so how is that poll getting on? I'll have a peek at that poll again in a moment. I'm going to keep checking it because I'm addicted to looking at it. And I'll pop that command in chat again, so anybody who is here who wants to get to it quickly can do by clicking on that link. Okay, so let's do a battle test then. Let's get RPG Maker up and actually have a look at how this guy looks in battle. So, at the moment I only have apple and blueberry working because there's a bit of setup involved considering they're dragon bones enemies, which basically means animated enemies. They're a little bit more complex than your standard static enemies. But we'll do apple, guy. We'll do the apple. Shall we do blueberry? I like them both. I love them both. And yeah, the skills are set up. Okay, so we're gonna do blueberry, I think, because he's not as loved as apple, so I think he deserves a bit of love. Apple's getting all the love. So what we gotta do, gotta change the troops. Okay, so I've got the silhouette one. It's the sprite for the encounter, but when we really have the cutscene, there's opportunity to having them potentially start as silhouettes but then turn into their coloured sprites, because they should look more special than the standard enemies. The standard enemies are just dark sprites on the map, but because these are bosses and because they're going to have special cutscenes with probably bits of dialogue, they're going to have their coloured sprite versions as well. So warrior, yeah, and I did get Hunter set up, by the way. I've got a second save game with Hunter, so we can test the Hunter's skills in a separate playthrough, and all the skill tree is all awesome and fancy for the Hunter as well. So we'll add Hunter, but the skills aren't 100% implemented yet. I didn't really get a chance to work on the skills as much this weekend because I was looking at the enemies and the dragon bones stuff. But let's have a look. So yeah, this is how the skill tree currently looks. I've even got the amount of class points it costs there now, but that icon will be changing because I don't like it. We'll have our own special icon for class points eventually, and we will have some fancy looking backgrounds and stuff as well, and make it look pretty over time. We'll gradually work on that though. I feel like UI and all that is something that we gradually add to and build over the course of the development of the episode. But by episode 1's release, I want the UI to be how we want it. So I don't want inconsistency between the episodes. Really, I want to try and limit that. Skill trees, well, yeah, we've got skill trees in our game for every class. So Rose, who is here, let's get her out. For now, that's how we get her in the party, because just for quickness and testing purposes, Rose has her skill tree too. And we've just done the first 4 skills so far. It's for Vampire and Hunter and Warrior. So those are the Warriors ones and these are the Vampires ones. And they're not really, not all of them are working yet. Some of them are, but they're not fully implemented. and I'll probably start gradually implementing them properly off stream over the next few weeks until the Christmas holidays, probably, because there's a lot of bits to do, guys. There's a lot I'm working on. We've got the character sheets to do, we have the website to do, we have the skills to do, we have the cutscenes and all the story bit to do with this first boss, and there's all the things. It's all very exciting, but lots and lots of work. Is that a plugin? It is. It's called Felski's Skill Tree plugin. I'm gonna put it in the chat box for you. So if you Google that, you should get the link to it. You'll see how pretty it looks. It's a little bit complex for a plugin, I'll give you that, but it's totally worth it. Like, if you want to have a really good looking skill tree, I think it's the one to go for. Okay, and so here he is. So we got Blueberry. We're using Blueberry's example, and just so you know, his size can be changed. At the moment he's on at 1.2 scale, so he can potentially be smaller than he is, or we could make him bigger. But at this stage, while we don't know if we're having more of them in the battle, it's hard to firmly decide that at the moment. If we was going to have more of them in battle, we'd probably make them a little bit smaller maybe, but there's room for... I think they're cute to be small though, to keep them at a smallish size at least, but he's doing little slight bounce. But if we attack him, if you look closely, also the health bar isn't perfect yet. I need to have a play around with that, but I kind of do like the idea of health bars being longer than the standard enemy bars, because they're very short, the normal enemy bars. But generally the battle UI, it's about 40-50% done. There's also not an icon for the slime for some reason, and I think I know what I'm going to do to overcome that though. But I love how the boxes are set up. I love the active highlighter on the current active battler. I like the turn order section. What I don't like, I like this middle bit here, but I don't like the icons. We need to change, because these icons are the default ones, and also that is totally not the right icon either. And also I'm not sure about how the pop-up boxes look either, so there's room for me to change some of the details with the battle UI, but it's workable at the moment, and that's the main thing. Hi, just another guy. Do you have more room for friends? I could bring a lot to friendship. I have Mario Kart, I got HP again, I can endorse on LinkedIn, I've checked a study account. We can be... were you trying to be a troll? Just another guy. We've already had one today. Yeah, he's perfect size if more going to be added. Yeah, well, we'll see tomorrow, won't we? Whatever's won the poll. I'm friends with you all. What are you talking about, just another guy? We're all friends here, aren't we? Hope I've not made anybody think otherwise. Okay, so we're gonna hit him. Yeah, he gets his mad face out when he attacks. So when you hit him, he like looks a little bit hurt, and I really like that, because if this was a standard enemy, you wouldn't get that effect. He'd literally just look the same when you hit him. And also I'm going to get some matching sound effects, because there's a Yanfly plugin for changing the sound of when you hit certain enemies. So obviously when this guy is hit, there's going to be more like a squidgy, fruity sound for sure. So it'll really help things and make with the realism. And yeah, so at the moment when he gets his paintbrush out with his attack, he uses a fire animation, because that's just the default. But we can literally have whatever we want. We can get really creative and just find an animation, or even make one that they could use for skills for painting. been a while since I was in your stream. The game's looking awesome. Thank you, Blind. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good week so far. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Doc, if you're tired. And I get what you're saying perfectly. I like his little angry face when he attacks. Yeah, it's cool. And he does really like crazy things. He gets like a massive sword and hammer out sometimes. That's part of the whole animation for the original slime. I'm waiting for him to do it because he's not done it yet. And he should do it soon. The animation's a little bit off for the timing of the sword and hammer. But it happens. And it's absolutely bonkers. It's crazy to think that this little guy could use such a big thing. But I love that. Makes it really funny. Yeah, there we go. See, he gets his sword out, but the timings are not, I'm not sure if that's ideal. And so yeah, at the moment, without any setup, that's basically how it is. But we can get really think of some cool potential skill ideas, I hope. I kind of like the battle, to be honest, like a little puzzle. So it'll be fun to discuss that, probably mainly either tomorrow or Wednesday. But I think tomorrow will mainly be like talking about the next part of the story and working on that. And but definitely Wednesday will really clear things up. So yeah, that's how the little dude is. Looking great, wasn't expecting all the animations. Yeah, and like I say, it's only like this because I'm using a special thing called Dragon Bones, and it's not, it can be a bit complex to set up. I had to spend a bulk of Saturday, or was it Friday, I can't remember, trying to work Dragon Bones out and see exactly what was involved, but it's totally worth it. I wasn't originally going to go for this route. I was going to just stick to the static enemies. Which, if he was static, how he looks there is how he'd look all through the battle. And even, you know, with his paintbrush, that would stay still too. But he really, like, goes fancy with it, doesn't he? Skill 1 is just standard, but skill 2 is a bit more animated. No, skill 1's skill 1 is fine. So yeah, he's so cool. Such a cool little guy. But if you're curious, let's just get it up. I've put it here. It's called Kel Yep _ Dragon Bones. And it says Dragon Bones allows your games, let's just switch to the other screen so you can see it a bit bigger. Dragon Bones allows your games to use skeletal animation, a type of computer animation in which a character or object is represented by skins, textures, and a digital set of interconnected bones, called the skeleton. Using a set of instructions, the game will create animations based off these skins, skeletons, and instructions to create beautifully smooth and lightweight movements. And the plugin was made by the Green Kel and collaborated with Yanfly. And it will allow you to use skeletal animations made by Dragon Bones for your battle system. This means that with skeletal animation you can make your battles look extremely fluid, more flexible animations outside of the only 3 frames per motion, more than 18 possible motions, get rid of sprite-based resources for faster loading times, and smaller file sizes for your games. In other words, there's practically no drawback to using it provided you have the resources. So yeah, that's basically a summary of what Dragon Bones is, and I'm only going to use it for bosses, and the reason why is because of resources. As Kashix, I think that's how it's pronounced, I might be wrong now, the person that does the battle art has a lot of Dragon Bones animations, so I don't think we're really that short of choices, but there's going to be a lot of enemy mobs over time, like smaller enemies on the map, and I think that will be the best way to go. Just have the bosses be like this, because it also will make them stand out and be more epic as well. And I like that they'll look a bit different and more fancy from the standard enemies. It just gives them that epic feel. But yeah, this is how the file looks, the PNG file. I get Photoshop up. I had it up a bit earlier in stream. That's the original one, because this is what our fruits are based on. This little guy, and we changed him into this. Well, I did over the weekend. I literally just removed the hat and gave him a little leaf to make him more forest themed. And he was originally still going to be a slime, but then I was like, actually, he looks like a fruit. I was like, because I think I did the blue one first, and I was like, it's like a little blueberry. I can make loads of different colours of him. And I was like, yeah, fruits. But yeah, that's how it looks. You got, I'm still getting my head around how it all is made, to be quite honest, and I wouldn't want to edit it too much, because originally I did have to reduce the size just a touch, because he was going outside the border. The top of his head was when I edited him, and it was way over my head to try and work out how to increase the size. I looked at the JSON file and I was like, oh wow, it's very complicated. It's very complicated. So when it comes to editing these Dragon Bones files, I'm gonna really restrict myself as much as possible. Everything would have to remain within the same size limits and that, because it's very complicated. So yeah, I was able to just edit the asset a little bit, and it's worked. It's working fine. It looks cool in the battle system, and this is basically the layout of all of them. They work very different to standard sprites and sprite animations, and it's a little bit complicated, but it looks good. Because it looks so good, I was like, yeah, I'm going for this, for the bosses. And when we did the second boss and the third boss, etc., we'll find other really cool assets, and there's quite a lot. There's dozens, and the creator of the battlers is constantly every month making new ones, lots of different new ones. So over time, we'll have a library of them, and we'll get to have more polls with a bit more variety in some of the future polls, probably, because I did limit it to just the fruit guy this time, but in the future that it'll be quite different. You'll have more choice for different boss types. But narratively, this guy with the paintbrush and palette was just perfect to go with for this first boss, so I had to do it, and you will understand tomorrow, because it's very fitting. It's very fitting for Rose's particular, for Rose's character arc and stuff, and that's something to do with Carol the Barrel too. I have a program called Spider Pro that looks a lot like Dragon Bones. Oh really? Maybe it works quite similar then. That's pretty great for a free plugin. Yeah, it is. And I know that Yamfly's put a price on some of their plugins now, but I believe that one's still a free one for sure. So I like the green one better. Yeah, well, let's get the poll up. Let's get it up so you can all see, because we're doing a vote at the moment on the colour choices, so we can have the one who's everybody's favourite as the one that wins for the boss. But there is also the option to have them all, because some people have got pretty attached to having a team of fruits in as the actual boss, and they'd all have their own unique skills and colours to them, and they'd also have their own little personalities and make themselves quite individual from each other. But that's if the rainbow wins. At the moment it's winning, but we've still got a lot of time left on the poll, so we'll see, won't we? Oh, I mean, from the original version, the one with the little leaf on the head looks cool. Oh, really? You think you like him even more than the original? Well, I'm very flattered by that comment, because that is a super cute little guy, isn't he? And he's the original, made by the actual real artist, and they're really, really talented. And if mine can be better, I'm very flattered than that, because I only did it because I wanted it to be more forest themed, because originally I was going to just stick with this guy, but I just was like, this is the Everbloom Forest, and we can, you know, just give him a little leaf on his head, and that could make a difference. It could really make him look a bit more foresty, and it does. And it just made him look like an apple or blueberry, because I think it was actually the blue one I did first before the green. I was like, yeah, it's a fruit, not a slime. It's great. I was very happy with that outcome. Yeah, guys, if you want to get your votes in for the poll, I'm going to give you the command again. We've got a bit of time of stream left. Pardon me, this gives me the burps. But this poll will be open until the very start of tomorrow's stream. It'll close then, and then we'll finally find out the winner. So you've got the rest of the day to get your votes in. Got a run hospital visitor now, start soon. I'll pop in tomorrow. Really want to see what wins. Yeah, awesome, Doc. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with us, and I hope the hospital visiting hours go okay, and have a good day. I'm excited to see what wins as well. Okay, I'm a bit more full now. I've had my milk. I've also got some chocolate, but I'm going to be good, and I'm not going to eat that before my dinner. Be good. So, what can we do for the rest of the stream then? We don't want to get into anything too time consuming, because we are coming up towards the end, but we've still got a fair bit of time, and I'm gonna keep reminding you guys about the poll until we finish, because I want you to vote. I want to get those votes in. We had a fair few votes so far, not bad for an hour or two, I guess. Things could change drastically by the end of the stream. By the start of tomorrow's stream, should I say. Chocolate milk, you know how to do Mondays? Yeah, well, it's not normal milk. I can't drink normal milk. This is almond and, well, this was actually soya milk, but I also drink almond milk as well. So, too much normal milk is bad for my stomach. I have a feeling I'm lactose intolerant, but I have no proof of that. But there's a very good chance, because I don't have a good reaction. So I've switched what I have now, and it works much better. But chocolate, yes, I love chocolate. I'd eat it 24/7 if I could. Okay, so yeah, vote if you haven't. You will have to join the Discord to vote, but it's well worth it, because we're lovely here. We have lots of cool channels. You can share your selfies, share your cute pets, and share your creative work with us, and do whatever you want in here, only if you're nice though. You can't be mean. But no one here is mean. It's lovely. Okay, so right, so I've shown you the Dragon Bones plugin and how that works. I've shown you how our little cute fruit guy looks in a battle and his animations. I'm not really talking too much about story or the lore of the guys yet. That all start tomorrow once we have the firm decision of the winner. So it's really difficult now at this point to like do more and talk to carry on, because we don't know what's won yet, and we can't really get too attached to any ideas until we know the winner. And then once we know the winner, we can go crazy and really plan things out and get the battle done, get a bit of dialogue ideas sorted, think of some sassy comments that some of them can say. We can give them their own voices, but it all depends on what wins, because we don't, if only a single one wins, we can't go for that give different personalities route. Obviously it'd have to be just a generic fruit, but we can still give him a personality, of course, but we don't know what that personality will be yet, so we'll know tomorrow when we get the winner. But other things we can do, let's have a look, because I have a big massive list of stuff that we have to do. So let me just show you all what my list is. Let's get Discord up. So this is where I just know all my tasks, and I put them in Discord in my little secret channel that nobody can see except for me, because I'm always on Discord all the time. I always have it open, so it's just so much easier to have it there rather than use a new like app or something. I'm likely to just forget about it if I have it on an app or another website. So the things that are bolded are the things I'm currently working on. I've got character sheets here of who's coming up. We've got Elite and Juices, and I want to get those guys done as soon as possible and put up on the Twitter. I'm in the process of doing them, and then we got Fantasia's character, Davis, and White Watts as well. And skills, battle system stuff is what I'm also currently trying to flesh out off stream. We were working on that last week and the week before, and I'm kind of just finalising all of that off stream now. I've put boss creation and main story 1.3 in italic because that's what we're working on now this week. And then all this stuff here that comes after is what is going to be. It's going to be more in the new year when we do that. Like the things like the side quests of Lakefall and that, we can really get those talked about and discussed in the new year. So like doing it now or early December because we're going to have a 2-week holiday, it could be a bit disruptive to start then, or when we're on top of Christmas. But we've got an awful lot to do anyway before then. We've got this boss to do, we've got to think the mechanics, we've got to think of how the cutscene and dialogue is going to be, and all the next part of the story before we get back to Lakefall and the dialogue that takes place. There's quite a bit to go. I've got quite a bit planned, so most of that will be what we do in the next few weeks. And there's just like little bits and bobs here. I've got some secondary tasks, little tiny bugs, things like footstep sounds as well, because I might have not told you, but what I am planning to do is based on what the tile is, if it's grass, if it's like a path, if it's stone, if it's mud and dirt, there will be a different sound effect with what you walk on. So that will just really make the immersion and realism a little bit better. I've actually already done it for Lakefall, but I haven't done it for the Everbloom Forest yet. So that is really something we can do as well whenever we get a bit of time. There's just so many lists of things like that are just being left for now. But I like writing the list so I remember, because otherwise I'd forget all about it. And there's things like the conversation UI, when you get the choices. I've kind of changed the box a little bit because I didn't like how the box looked originally. So I have like made a little edit for that, and none of you have seen it yet because we haven't actually done some dialogue for a few weeks. But when we'll be working on that very soon, because the bit we've got up is going to be, we're going to have a lot of dialogue and cutscene streams in the next, not this week probably, or maybe this week. We might do some flows this week, we might use draw.io and do a bit of dialogue and that, but that'll be probably Thursday's stream and maybe next week, because definitely tomorrow and Wednesday will be battle mechanics and the decisions about the next part of the story more. Yeah, so those are just like little tannings. Even like the cabin in the Everbloom Forest, I want to like do the floorboards, just make them look a little bit more older, and even the dripping animation for Fran Buckington for if she gets pushed in the lake as well. which we were working on last month. I think that was last month when we were doing that. Fiona Bookington's dialogue and everything. So there's still those little things we got to do, but I've left them for now because we've had like really big things to sort out, like the skills, because they've been such an important part to get done. And over time I'll eventually get this list done, but there'll be more added to it, of course, because the list is always never ending, to be quite honest. The list never ends with game development. So let's go back to the pond and see how it looks. Ooh, so the votes have kind of been like that for a while now, but I will get a tweet up. I could do that now, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on a bit because I'm not sure what to write in the tweet just yet. Probably something like we've used Akashic's dream slime to make these cute little fruits, and now we've got a pearl, and you guys can vote for which one you want as the first boss, something like that, and a screenshot of them. Yeah, because some people are going to be gutted. I did tell people on Thursday's stream what was coming up, so people should be aware that there was a poll today, but some people might not realise, and they'll be gutted if they don't vote. So I'm definitely going to do a reminder announcement on Discord later this evening. I'll be putting it in news and updates, and I'll just put everyone an announcement and say polls up, and we'll really probably be getting in the influx of votes then. I'm excited to see what wins. So yeah, we'll be doing main story tomorrow, so to enter your submission, type main story submissions or community poll. We haven't had any community polls for a while, but all main story submissions. The last time we did the main story was like, when was it? Was it September? It was very early September, I think. Or it could have been very late August, actually. But I want to show you an example of what that looks like, because this is what we'll be doing tomorrow. So let's get a paint up. It all looks like a bunch of text at the moment, but basically what I do, because this is what we'll be doing tomorrow, so just so you know, we'll be doing chapter 1 part 3, so it'll continue from here, and I'll put a link to chapter 1 part 1 and 2's what happened there, because we've got an Instagram graphic for that. Have we got main story command? Or it isn't that one. There we go. So if you want to say, if you want to read chapter 1 part 1 and 2, it's on Instagram, and we're going to treat Instagram a bit like a journal of the adventure, I guess. And well, we'll update it again when we get the next part of the story done. So basically I always start the paragraph. I was the one that wrote that Rose was in a cage, and that Fiona Bookington was the one, aka Little Girl, was the one that had her in there, and then she asked to do something important, and I was the one that actually said take her to the monster living at the Everbloom Forest. That was my submission, sacrifice her to the monster living at the other side of the Everbloom Forest, and that one won, and that's what we went for, and that's what we're doing in the story now. We're about to go to the other side of the forest and sacrifice Rose to that monster, but it's very like, it's going to be a what the F moment when we get to the other side of the Everbloom Forest, because everybody's going to be expecting some big scary monster, and I think that's what a lot of you probably were expecting today before the stream, to vote on some big scary monster, because that's what this quest was. But it's all like a big what is this, because you get there and this is what you say. You see a bunch of slimes, but you won't see that straight away because there's going to be a bit of a cutscene here first. The slimes will probably come on the screen a certain way, or slime. Or why am I calling them slime still? They're not even slimes anymore. They're fruits. My goodness. But yeah, that we'll talk about ways that they can like arrive on the scene and what could potentially be said. There's a lot of question marks. It's like, so are these the monsters of the Everbloom Forest, or was it all a lie? Was it all a big myth? Or is there a monster, but is it hiding? And are you guys just, you know, minding your own business? Do you guys want to eat Rose then? Well, maybe they don't want to. Maybe Rose will be fine, or maybe she will get sacrificed. Maybe they will eat Rose and Rose will be gone and dead. No, she won't. But there's nothing wrong with Rose being assumed dead. She is allowed to potentially leave the party temporarily. There's nothing wrong with party members not being in the story for a bit. Because I can always set it up so another party member joins, so our custom hero can at least fight with somebody else. But I'm not going to allow killing off characters permanently until the penultimate or final chapter of the game. This early game, you're not allowed to kill off characters. So Rose being sacrificed is literally just, you know, it's just a plot device, or, you know, a bit of character development for Rose and to flesh her out a bit. But there's obviously, there's many things that we could do, and I'm really excited to see what you guys could potentially come up with for some ideas for the story in tomorrow's stream. And I'll probably submit one as well, but it doesn't mean mine's going to be the best one, you know, that you could. I'll probably just have some really basic idea. You guys could even get more creative than me for all I know. And thank you for that host, Fantasia. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. I've still got to do your character sheet as well, Fantasia. I'm not sure if I'm going to be... I can do it off stream. Let me know if you don't mind me doing it off stream. But, yeah, just let me know. But I can always send you a DM to show you what it looks like before I put it on Twitter or anything. I'm going to work on elites and juices and then probably yours after that. Rigged Rose always wins. Oh, do I? Do I always win? I can say right now that I don't always win, actually. There was the very first chapter of the story, the one where we heard the scream in the Everbloom Forest and saw the little girl in the light. That was submitted by someone else. So, funnily enough, I don't always win. And I actually love that other people win. I want other people to win. But sometimes I might win. People might be biased to me and vote for my idea, but I just want you to know if there's another idea that someone submits that you like, don't like, you know, not vote for it. Don't feel biased to vote for me, guys, when the time comes, because we will be doing that tomorrow. So I'll just let you know so you're prepared for what tomorrow's stream is. We'll be basically so let's just get the paint up, because so this is what it looks like. It'll be like this. It'll be a little bit of text, a paragraph or two. I don't like to make it too long. I don't want to make it too rambly. I like to, at most it'll be like twice the size of that, of what's on that one. I'm not going to like make it a huge submission, but you guys, some of you like might want to really make it long, but don't make it ridiculously long, your submissions. You're allowed to potentially make it as long as this one here. Of course you can do that, but don't do like some massive endless novel, you know what I mean, because we don't want to be overwhelmed by, you know, we'll break it into small parts. But you know, this is how it works. You just submit your idea and they all get put in a separate message, and then we vote on them with heart reactions, and whatever gets the most heart reactions is the one we end up going for, and the one that wins. And we usually keep that poll open for a few days. To be honest, it's hard to judge, because we did last time for this one, we did keep this poll open for a couple of weeks, I think, because I wanted a large amount of votes, more than we were getting. It was actually a slow one, this particular poll. We weren't really getting the votes for this one compared to the first one we did. So I judge by the votes. If we get a lot of votes, it might be open for a short amount of time, but if the votes are slower, I might keep the poll open for longer. It all depends. 500 pages later. Oh my god, Fantasia, you've got over 1k. Okay, so how are we looking for time? It's still not 6 p.m. yet, but it's one of those streams that it's one of those streams where it's hard to you know, we ran out of things to talk about at this point, everyone, because we're waiting for poll results. And I'll just remind you all again that we've got a poll. But yeah, it's hard to like do anything else while we're waiting for these poll results, because we can't really continue until that poll's been decided and we know what wins. So here it is. Let me just get that command in chat again before we finish today. So it's open. It's got when it closes on there. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. GMT, which is the time I'd start stream, usually when the starting soon screen finishes. So at that time, and that is when we will finally see what's won. And once we know what's won, we can set our heart on it being a certain way then, because I think people don't want to set their heart on one particular winner at the moment, which is totally understandable. I don't either, because we don't know at this point what's going to win. But yeah, we'll probably get a fair few votes in between now and at the start of tomorrow's stream, hopefully. The boss is a painting slime. Yeah, it is. This is the original one, Fantasia. Well, it's more of a fruit now, but I think fruits and slimes are the same, aren't they, really? It was originally a slime. It looks like this, which is adorable. But I just wanted it to make it more foresty themed, so I added a little leaf at the top of its head, and I thought, you know, these work as fruits, and we could make them all different colours, and I honestly didn't know which one to pick. I was like, yeah, everyone can vote on the colour and which fruit can be the winner. And then I thought, there's also the option to have all of them win. Why not have a battle with all of them? You know, that's also very much an option too, and a bloody fun one, if I may say. So I would be very happy if that one did win. But no bias. No bias. Okay, everybody. So yeah, we got that poll. I will spam that command before I end the stream, but I'm probably gonna just drop us off at somebody else's channel now. I'm gonna end a little bit earlier today, a little bit earlier than usual. Most of the time I like to at least stream until 6, I have to say, but today it's going to be a slightly earlier end just because I'm stuck now on what to do in today's stream, simply because we're waiting on poll results. And this stream has mainly just been getting the poll up and rambling on about things and what our next plans are for the game. So I haven't really done much. I did show the battle system and the animations though. But okay, so anybody want to take part in the raid or do ! raid? Rose Raid Blood is the what you need to type in the stream with an emote of your choice. I will super appreciate if you take part and spread the love. Oh, have we just got more votes? I think we just got more votes. We got some more votes on our poll. Keep those votes in, everybody. I'm going to spam with the command again very shortly. So we will see first thing tomorrow, literally first thing when the starting soon screen finishes, we will have the results stopped at that point and we will know what the winner is. Yay, thank you for the vote, Fantasia. I appreciate you. Thank you for being awesome. But I will probably do a Discord announcement at some point today, in the evening, probably after I've had my dinner. I will get the tweet up and I'll pop it in the news and updates, just so people who weren't here today get the chance to have a vote as well, because I know there's a lot of folks that haven't voted as well that probably would like to. So it's only fair to remind them. Right, so I'm going to just I'm just going to go and see who's online, who we can say hi to today. So thanks for hanging out. Rex Fantasia, I appreciate you. Rex, it's here, save me. I know, right? Everybody gets starstruck when Rex is here. Why is today so quiet on the Twitch? Seems like half the people are online that usually are. So I'm going to actually open up a couple of streams because some people sometimes go offline when I'm just as I end, and it's epic fail when that happens. So I'm going to just click on someone's stream and make sure they're still on before I finalise the decision on who we're going to raid. Thanksgiving week. Oh yeah, good point, Fantasia. It is Thanksgiving week. So it's probably going to be a bit of a quieter week in general because it's Thanksgiving week, maybe. I mean, I bet nobody's going to be here on my Thursday stream, and I don't blame you if you're not. But it's unfortunate because we have a Carol the Barrel Appreciation Thanksgiving Day on that day. It's going to be all Carol the Barrel themed. I'm just letting you know, Thursday's stream will be a Carol the Barrel stream. And if you can't make it, no worries, because I know some of you might be busy with your families and stuff on that day. But I'm going to try and make it my own little party if I can. Could we come to your place for Thanksgiving? Oh, well, we don't celebrate it here in the UK, which I think is really lame, because we totally should, shouldn't we? We totally should. Okay, so I'm going to send us over to Willow Scale today. She's playing Elder Scrolls Online, and she's always super nice to us. We're going to be super nice to her. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for our awesome next part of the story stream, and we'll find out the winner then as well. So once again, I'll give you the poll command. I'll leave you with that, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. You're all the best.